Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Laux, and this is my capstone project presentation for MBA D6990. I worked with Dr. Seth and Dr. Potter to do a little bit of a different presentation opposed to what was originally outlined. So for my project, I did a startup company that I really want to start. So I took the basis of a place that we are interested in purchasing and procuring and developing to start this company. So this is just outlining what I'm kind of thinking, how we want to operate, and just try to find some gaps in thinking while really trying to move forward with this project. First, the vision for Laux Industries LLC is to create a destination environment to highlight the potential for a green operating distilled spirits plant. We want to highlight energy efficient materials, sustainable operating technologies, and evolving spirit culture to have a further appreciation from field to glass. And we hope to lead modern American distilling with green initiatives and other sustainable practices. Industries LLC is on a mission to create an inclusive, sustainable net zero emission environment to highlight the highest quality of value-added agricultural goods. We aim to have national distribution with diversified product portfolios and build long-term financial stability through this development of land, along with our operating techniques and our organizational talent. We want to become a breakout player in the distilled spirits industry and other value-added agricultural industries. Industry and market analysis. The distilled spirits industry has a compounding annual growth rate of 19% and is projected to exceed valuation growth of $25.34 billion over the next 4 years. Additionally, the revenue stream domestically is expected to exceed $85.5 billion by 2025. The DSI is going through a little bit of a transformation, not only focusing on quality and brand, but also experience based on hospitality and tourism. So we really want to pair that with our products to highlight not only our field to glass, but also, to really build a brand identity within the regional community. We would also want to capitalize on the product life cycle. So there's a lot of waste that can be reused, recycled, resold. So we want to incorporate that into our operations practices as well as establish additional revenue streams. We want to focus on the state of Pennsylvania, which has 21 operating distilleries and over 250 wineries and breweries. We hope to be able to subsidize some production of the local distilleries as well as contract distill specialized products for the wineries and breweries. Additionally, we want to work with some local maltsters who grow malt, which is a major input of the distilling process, to help reduce our costs while also highlighting the farm to glass vision to really produce higher quality products in the long term. We're going to have 4 main revenue drivers. Obviously, the industrial artisan bulk spirit production, co-op land leasing, experience-based customer engagement, and resale of byproducts. So first, we want to co-op lease our land to not only get revenue back to pay off the initial investment for the land, but also to, again, push the sustainability and farm to glass kind of idea and motive. Next, we want to build a production facility to industrially produce artisan bulk spirits, produce them on site, then distribute locally to other distilleries, wineries, breweries, to really, focus our efforts on distilling and creating craft spirits regionally. Third, we want to have an experience-based consumer engagement wing, which is just a fancy way to say a nice bottle shop, a place to come, relax, enjoy some local craft spirits, local fare, experience culture, bring some entertainment in, show the place off, really get a sense of, community and build regionally, our brand identity and through experience. Finally, we want to do resale of byproducts, things that have value that one might not assume it has value. For example, spent grain stillage, which can be used as animal feed. We want to help build our regional, community network by reselling spent grains that have no value other than animal feed. So work with some local farmers or some composters to really help limit our waste while also building goodwill within the community. And additionally, we want to make aged spirits, which require barrels. Barrels are very expensive up front, but they also hold, and retain and carry value past their use of aging spirits. They can be used from anything from foreign spirit production. The Scotch industry has a high demand for American used barrels, while they can also be used for domestic agriculture added goods like maple syrup, beer, wine. Just they're trying to get a little bit of that good juice out of it to put into their products as well. Also, they can be used for things like home decor or planting agricultural decor. So we want to really just try to limit our waste while maximizing our revenue streams through multiple different channels and different operations. First, what we have to do is going to market this idea to some government agencies. We're intending to get agricultural grants or value-added agricultural grants to economically stimulate the region. So that's going to be kind of the first way that we market is going to different grant sources, trying to show that what we're going to use this land for and how it's going to benefit not only us but the entire region. Next, we want to market for bulk alcohol production. This is going to be upstream production. It's going to be stuff that it's very labor intensive, but hopefully we are going to engineer a building where we can do it better, cheaper, and faster than a regular smaller distillery, so we can subsidize some of their production gaps where they need more spirit in than they can produce. So we want to help and assist that. And then finally, once we get past the land development and we get our bulk spirit contracts in place where we can then start to sell more to regional partners and clientele, we want to start making premium spirits with a place to enjoy them in mind. So something similar to this distillery down here. This is a Scotch distillery over in Scotland. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So we want to kind of have that, but in Western Pennsylvania, not only a place that helps the environment, helps local partners so it can help all boats float in the rising tide, but also highlight our skills and highlight our products in a place to really enjoy them along and pairing them with culture and regional tastes and community. We're still in the process of prototyping at a small scale. It's more cost efficient to cut our teeth with smaller stills, less input ingredients, and not having a lease overhead. So we have been, over the past 8 years, developing different mash bills, techniques, processes, find out what works, what doesn't work, why it doesn't work, and moving forward in scaling those particular recipes up to a multi-million-dollar facility with industrial grade equipment. Leasing, our team doesn't have any experience in industrial agriculture. That's why we want to work with local partners within the Butler region to lease the land out, to grow our IP, to understand how to grow and cultivate industrial input goods. It'll further push our idea of farm to glass and farm to table. We want to focus on things like barley and rye first, so that we can incorporate those into our whiskeys and products. And this will help us understand how to best use the land and, again, find out what works, what doesn't work, and how we're going to implement it for further expansion and scalability. Finally, we want to tailor the experience to our products. So whenever we have people in the distillery, we want to pair local cultural and artistic and entertainment to what we produce to really build that brand identity and let people walk away with not only a bottle but an idea in their head of what American distilling can really be, and what the facility really can achieve through just engagement and a really nice place to have a beverage, learn about local agriculture, and hopefully build goodwill and brand identity through the community. To start, we are eyeing a 10-acre plot of land that is a former nursery. It has agricultural infrastructure in place. So while we're starting this up, we want to find what the best use of the 10 acres is. We're aiming to develop 2 acres of it to actually put the facility. However, the other 8 acres we plan on leasing to our local growing partners, to give them a space to up their volume, but also to build a revenue stream to pay off our initial loans and investment for the 10 acres, while we are continuing to develop the land for the production facility. After we have developed the land and prepped it for the facility, we want to have a large still house, approximately 5,000 square feet, where we can do all of the bulk production, mashing, fermentation, distillation, spirit collection. Within this facility, we hope to not only house all the production and storage for dry goods and finished product, but also have offices and a space to enjoy these products, and play host to events, entertainment, and cultural initiatives. Equipment needed for this project, there's already some in place. With the purchase of the land comes some land management equipment, including tractors, other agricultural supplies, existing infrastructure for water, a main input for not only agriculture but for also distillation. But we will need a full pot distillation system similar to this one. To the right here, this is Woodford Reserve in Kentucky. We'll also need mashing equipment, a lauter tun, which is used for specific Scotch type whiskeys, malted whiskeys, as well as 6 fermentation vessels, with also charcoaling, filtration equipment, and spirit collection equipment. So we hope to implement all of this in the facility that we build, after we have developed the land to the specific needs of our operation. Company, we're going to have a leadership team focused with the founders, operations management, and then a marketing team. So the founders are myself and my partner, Tony Debussy. We want to help direct and build the business out through networking and strategic partnership. Our operations, I have a cousin that wants to get out of the restaurant business and start something else. He is also a fan of the distilled spirits. So we've talked, and he wants to come in and help our operation, directing teams and operators. And then a marketing team, my sister wants to work in experience-based marketing, and as well as her best friend who has experience working for local chains like Giant Eagle and is also a CMU MBA grad as well. So we want to have them work in our marketing department. Board of directors will consist of myself and other co-founder Tony Debussy, as well as my current boss, CEO and master distiller of PA Pure Distilleries, Barry Young. He is an industry expert, has been in the industry for 12 years, and brings a lot of value to helping guide the company. Additionally, my father and another investor, John Ryan, will be on the board to help guide decisions, make sure we're doing things right, help us identify opportunities, and build out the company that way. Advisors will contain Michael Tucker, a former partner and quality assurance advisor for Sam's Club, who has a passion for craft spirits. Rick Nist, a cousin and industrialist himself, who has been very successful in his tenure, as well as brother-in-law Mike Hess and Brandon McNeil, who is a school friend, who both will serve as legal counsel. Operate in 3 phases. Phase 1, year 1 to 3, is going to be land development and leasing. This is going to be our initial cash flow to pay off our initial investment. Phase 2 will be starting the stills for bulk production and procuring clients of the bulk spirit. And phase 3 will be rollout of cultural initiatives, entertainment, and final craft spirit production. everybody for listening, and thanks for a great class. Cheers.